Why is the US welcoming some countries with open arms while keeping others at the door? In 2025, citizens from certain Asian countries will be able to visit the US without needing a visa. That means no long waits, no complicated paperwork, just pack your bags and go. But why these countries? What makes them so special? Some of these nations are big economic players with close business ties to America. Others have strong security systems that make travel safer and easier for everyone. But here's the surprising part. Some countries on this new visa-free list weren't even there before. So what changed? Is it politics, economy, or something else? And how will this new rule change travel for millions of people? If your country made the list, this could be your chance to visit the US with almost no hassle. So stick around as we explore which Asian countries will get to skip the visa process in 2025. And why this matters more than you think. 10 Brunei. Can you believe there's actually a place where gas is cheaper than bottled water? Welcome to Brunei, one of Asia's wealthiest and most fascinating countries, all thanks to its massive oil and natural gas reserves that have fueled extraordinary wealth for decades. Despite its small population of just around 400,000 people, this tiny nation is dripping in luxury and prosperity. The country's ruler, Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, famously lives in an enormous palace boasting an astonishing 1,788 rooms, one of the largest residential palaces in the world. But here's the surprising twist. Despite this vast wealth, Brunei remains one of Southeast Asia's least visited travel destinations. Unlike its bustling neighbors like Thailand and Malaysia, Brunei maintains a quiet, conservative atmosphere that doesn't appeal to the typical tourist-seeking nightlife, adventure, or party scenes. Strict laws, including those governing dress codes, alcohol consumption, and behavior, contribute to this reserved vibe. Tourists often find the regulations limiting, which keeps many travelers passing it by in favor of flashier hotspots. So, here's the question. Why is the United States now saying, come on in, with a visa-free policy for Americans traveling to Brunei? The answer lies in the country's impressive diplomatic standing and economic stability. Brunei enjoys strong, peaceful relationships with many countries around the world, including the US, which has helped foster trust and cooperation. Moreover, Brunei boasts one of the lowest crime rates on the planet, making it one of the safest places to visit or live. This combination of wealth, security, and strategic diplomacy has positioned Brunei as an important, if understated, player in the region. But hold on, the next country on the list is going to blow your mind even more. Stay tuned. 9. Taiwan. Taiwan is a giant when it comes to technology. It makes over 60% of the world's microchips. These tiny chips are inside almost every gadget you use, from your smartphone and laptop to your car's computer. Without Taiwan's chips, the global tech industry would face a huge crisis. But here's something you might not know. Taiwan isn't officially recognized by the United Nations, and it faces ongoing political pressure from China. Despite these challenges, Taiwan's economy keeps growing fast, thanks in part to its key role in the tech world. The United States understands just how important Taiwan is. That's why, starting in 2025, people from Taiwan will be able to visit the US without needing a visa. This is a big deal. Right now, about 500,000 Taiwanese tourists visit the US every year, spending billions of dollars and supporting many local businesses. With the new visa-free rule, we can expect that number to jump even higher. More travel means more opportunities for tourists, for the economy, and for building stronger connections between Taiwan and the US. So if you're from Taiwan or interested in tech and travel, 2025 is shaping up to be an exciting year. 8. South Korea. Imagine living in a country where super fast internet is normal, and you can get food delivered right to your door in less than 15 minutes. That's South Korea, a place famous for tech giants like Samsung and Hyundai. But South Korea isn't just about K-pop music and popular TV dramas. It's also a powerful military force and one of America's closest allies in the world. Every year, the US and South Korea trade goods worth over $200 billion. Plus, the US keeps around 28,000 troops stationed there to help maintain peace near North Korea, one of the world's most tense borders. Still, South Korea faces a big challenge, a dropping birth rate. That means fewer young people will be around soon, which could affect the country's future growth. Even with that challenge, the U.S. knows that a strong South Korea means a stronger America. That's why, starting in 2025, South Korean citizens will get visa-free access to the U.S. This new rule will make it easier than ever for people from South Korea to travel, work, and build stronger ties with America. So whether you're a fan of technology, culture, or global politics, South Korea's story is one to watch closely. India is home to over 1.4 billion people, making it not just one of the most populated countries on Earth, but also the fastest growing major economy in the world. And here's something big. Experts predict that by 2075, India could even surpass the United States to become the second largest economy on the planet. India isn't just growing in size, it's growing in power. The country is full of billion-dollar startups, booming tech hubs, and major companies that are changing the world. It's a global center for software, innovation, and talent. In fact, over 12% of all U.S. startups were founded by Indian immigrants. That's a huge influence in Silicon Valley and beyond. By 2025, India is expected to become the world's third largest economy, right behind the U.S. and China, and the U.S. is paying attention. Washington knows that building strong ties with India means opening doors for business, education, innovation, and diplomacy. That's why Indian citizens are now gaining access to visa-free travel to the United States. It's a bold move that will make it easier for entrepreneurs, students, and leaders to connect, invest, and grow across borders. So if you're from India or watching this historic shift unfold, 2025 marks a major turning point, not just for India, but for the future of global partnerships. Truxia 6, Singapore. How does a tiny island with no natural resources and barely enough land to build on become one of the richest countries on the planet? Welcome to Singapore, where chewing gum is banned, but millionaires and billion-dollar corporations roam free. Once a struggling British colony, Singapore didn't just survive, it engineered its rise. Today, it's a global financial powerhouse, a logistics titan, and a leader in innovation and technology. The skyline, ultra-modern. The airport, repeatedly ranked #1 in the world. The passport, stronger than most, granting access to more countries than the U.S. passport. But this success comes at a cost. Singapore is also one of the most expensive cities on Earth. A modest car, that could run you over $100,000, thanks to sky-high taxes and strict ownership rules. So why is the U.S. suddenly offering visa-free travel starting in 2025? Because Singapore isn't just rich, it's strategically vital. In the heart of Southeast Asia, it's a crucial ally for trade, shipping, and geopolitical balance, especially as tensions rise in the Indo-Pacific. Singapore might be small, but in global influence, it punches way above its weight. And now the U.S. wants closer ties than ever before. 5 Japan blends ancient tradition with futuristic technology. After World War II, it rose from ruins to become the world's third largest economy. Known for Toyota, Sony, and bullet trains running at 200 miles per hour, Japan also has the most robots per capita anywhere. But it faces a shrinking population and low birth rates. The U.S. knows a strong Japan is key for global stability, and that's why Japanese citizens will travel visa-free soon. Number 4, Israel small but mighty. Israel's military intelligence is top-notch, beating many bigger countries. It's a tech innovation hotspot known as the startup nation. Despite constant security threats, Israel's economy grows fast, and it's a leader in medical tech, cybersecurity, and agriculture. Thousands of Israelis move to the U.S. yearly for school and business, strengthening ties. The U.S. grants Israel visa-free access because of this strong bond and its strategic importance. 3, Qatar. Qatar may be small in size, but when it comes to wealth and influence, it punches far above its weight. Thanks to its massive natural gas reserves, Qatar is one of the richest countries on the planet. Its citizens enjoy some of the highest incomes in the world and pay almost no taxes, a rare luxury few nations can offer. But Qatar isn't just about money. This tiny Gulf nation plays a powerful role in global diplomacy. It's often a go-between in international negotiations, helping ease tensions between countries that don't see eye to eye. In 2022, it took the global spotlight when it hosted the FIFA World Cup, marking the first time the event was held in the Middle East. The tournament wasn't just a sporting event, it was a statement about Qatar's place on the world stage. Strategically located in the Persian Gulf, Qatar is also a key partner for the United States. The U.S. has a major military base there, which plays a critical role in maintaining security and stability in the region. On top of that, Qatar's role in global energy markets makes it a vital ally for energy security and economic stability. All of these factors make Qatar too important to ignore. That's why starting in 2025, Qatari citizens will enjoy visa-free access to the United States. Whether it's for business, education, or diplomacy, this new rule will make travel easier and strengthen ties between two powerful partners. So while Qatar might be small on the map, its global impact and its relationship with the U.S. is only getting bigger. Two Philippines, 7,000 islands, crystal clear beaches, a culture of warmth and resilience. This is the Philippines, a country rising fast in tourism, outsourcing, and technology. It's where tropical paradise meets urban hustle. Millions of tourists are drawn to its natural beauty, but beneath the beaches is a nation reshaping its economy. Despite decades of political turmoil, poverty, and natural disasters, the Philippines has become a global call center capital, employing millions who serve major Western brands 24/7. Now a new middle class is emerging. Tech startups are booming, foreign investment is climbing, and the youth, educated, English-speaking, and digitally fluent, ready to power the next wave of Southeast Asian innovation. And here's the big shift. For the first time ever, the United States is granting visa-free travel to Filipinos. Why? Because the Philippines is no longer just a former colony. It's a strategic partner in a region increasingly central to the global economy and U.S. foreign policy. From defense to digital commerce, the ties between the two nations are tightening. And this visa move, it's more than just convenience, it's a sign. The Philippines is stepping onto the world stage, not as an underdog, but as a rising power in Asia. One Malaysia from jungle trails to gleaming skyscrapers, Malaysia is rewriting its story. Once known for rubber plantations and tin mines, today it's an innovation hub with a $400 billion economy fueled by high-tech manufacturing, booming e-commerce, and a digital-savvy workforce. Walk through Kuala Lumpur and you'll see it. Ancient mosques beside modern towers, Chinese lanterns glowing near Hindu temples. This is a true cultural melting pot. Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous traditions, blending into one of Southeast Asia's most vibrant societies. And the food? A sensory explosion. From spicy laksa to char kway teow, nasi lemak to roti canai, it's a global foodie's dream. Despite being a Muslim-majority nation, Malaysia stands out for its religious tolerance and diversity, proving that modernity and tradition don't have to clash. They can coexist. And don't overlook its tech edge. Homegrown giants like AirAsia have revolutionized travel, while the nation's focus on green energy, electronics, and AI is turning it into a quiet powerhouse in Asia. Now the world is taking notice. In 2025, the United States will offer visa-free travel to Malaysians. A bold move underscoring Malaysia's rising status as a strategic trade partner in the Indo-Pacific. This isn't just diplomacy, it's a signal that Malaysia's time is now, a place where heritage meets high-tech, and where the future of Asia is already taking shape. Asia's power is rising, and these countries are leading the charge. From rich Qatar to tech-savvy Taiwan, the future is bright, and the U.S. is opening its doors wider than ever. If you found this eye-opening, hit subscribe and share it with friends. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching.